Hello. While we are all gathered in a virtual space, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that we are all situated on lands and waterways that have known human activity for thousands of years. From where I'm joining you in Toronto, I'm on land that belonged to the Wendat people in pre-colonial times, before changing hands several times with the Haudenosaunee, the Neutral, the Wendat Tiantane, and finally ending with the settling of the Anishinaabe Mississaugas. This territory is comprised of ceded land under the Toronto Treaty 13 of the Upper Canada Land Surrenders and the William Treaty, as well as unceded land that continues to be contested today. This land is protected by the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, originally made by the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee to share and protect the land. All subsequent Indigenous nations and people, Europeans, and all other newcomers are invited into this territory in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. Let us all do our part to uphold this treaty and share and protect the lands and waterways. I feel most connected to the land when I get to walk around the city. Not only do I feel connected to the communities that came before me, but to the original stewards of this land and the first storytellers who infused this land with imagination and creativity and continue to actively do so in our current artistic landscape. I thank them, and I thank you. Enjoy the show.
Who's that fabulous wonder? Come over down under, and everyone's eager to know. She'll steal your heart and your thunder and give you a show. With Aunt Sheila so near, keep your schedule clear. Buckle up because here we go.
It's with Aunt Sheila. Hello, Internet. Hello, Sheila heads. Let me hear you out there. Are we back for another week? That's right. Thank you. This is another episode of your favourite celebrity show. That's right. This is with Aunt Sheila. All right. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Sheila heads? Like, make some noise. So, yes, I mean, if you're new to the show, where have you been? Come on, really, where have you been? But we're glad that you're here. For those of you coming back, you know the deal. I'm new in town. I want to know who the movers and the shakers are. Who's who? What's what are they making? What are they doing? You know, this is me, truth be told, just trying to figure out how I can fit into the boho landscape, you know, of artists making some work. Maybe I get to make some friends. Maybe I get invited to a dinner party. Maybe part of someone's ensemble. You know, you never know. Life is long and we're just here to make some connections. That's what I love. Now, okay, here's the deal. We know what we got to do here. Remember back in the day when we used to go places and give people money? Well, that's what I'm asking for now. If we can bring it up, no one does it alone. We're here on Bad Dog Comedy TV. And of course, that's right. Remember back in the day when we used to pay for things, tickets and whatnot? If you have the means to do so, everyone, go into your wallets right now, just open it up, see what you got in there. I'll take it, you know, dump it out on the table or whatever, you know, lock it up in a little Ziploc bag, you know, send it to baddogtheatre.com/with Aunt Sheila, and that makes sure that we can keep bringing you all kinds of quality programming. That's fun, that's a lark. You know, it's shaking it up. It's giving you something in February. Let's make this happen. Oi. Speaking of February, okay, I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, all right, chat. How are you all doing? I'm not having a good time. February is not my favourite month, all right? Valentine's Day is not enough to get me through, okay? I'm feeling run down. I'm feeling tired. My skin feels bad. You know, winter's here in Canada. Oh, don't even get me going on it, okay? And I just want a bit of a break. I wish I could. I'm thinking of vacation, but here's the thing. I can't do any of this, you know, regular vacation. I want to go to space. So that's the deal. If you want to give yourself a bit of emphasis, just repeat things in echo. It really sells the deal. So I want to go to space. I don't mean like, you know, the regular old moon, the Walmart of space travel, okay? Everyone with the flip-flops traveling all over the moon, left, right, and center. No. I want to go to, like, the rich people's space. I am one phone call away from Elon Musk. That's right. If you're watching, Elon Musk, shout it out. I want to get on, the trip to Mars. I want to maybe be on some enterprise station far off, maybe like an academy. Maybe there's some sort of arts collective. That's right, space February. I would like some space in February. I just feel like a quick in and out. Thank you, Sean. I hope you feel the same. So I want to know, Sheila Heads, if we're all going to go to space, what would you need to bring? What do you need to take with you? Because if we're all going to go, I feel like I've got my lists of must-haves. I want to know what your lists are of must-haves, things that we need if we're going to go to space. Now, I'm dying to know this person's must-haves in space. Today, it is very special. We are joined by our special guest tech, Ajahnis Charley. Ajahnis, hello, guest tech. Are you ready to come and talk about some space? Hello.
Hello, and let me just give myself a round of applause.
That is right. Give yourself a round of applause. We paid for it. You're allowed to use it. Anyone should. That's right.
True. You got the rights. Hi, Aunt Sheila.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us on With Aunt Sheila. For folks at home, it's true. We do normally have Connor the Tech, but people got to live their own lives. I'm going to assume that he has found this way to get to Mars, and so maybe he's working his plans on it. Ajahnis, I know you're still earthbound. You're here with us, but tell me, if we were going to go to space, first of all, is space something that you're interested in? Have I lost you there?
I actually love space. In fact, I went to school for environmental science, but
Stop it.
I'm not even lying. This is too real.
Too real.
And a big part of my degree was actually using satellite imagery to gather information about the surface of the Earth. So I'm a digital cartographer, and a lot of what I do has to do with space. Is that too much of a bomb to drop?
Oh
right
my God. How you are a digital cartographer, but free on a Wednesday evening. What is going on?
Sure.
What is going on in the cartography world that they could spare you? Have they figured it all out? They don't need anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we have a general sense of what the surface of the Earth looks like, so we're just like,
do we?
Why don't we take a break? Yeah, for the most part.
Is space and environment? Is space and an environment? I mean,
space.
Yes. I think so.
I think so.
That's okay. Yeah, it's space and environment. I got it. Totally got it. I mean, what do you say? You were the cartographer. I got to pass it on to the unassuming expert here. Is space an environment?
Is space an environment? That's a very interesting question. I feel like you could write a 50-page thesis on it, or you could just have a personal opinion.
If you had to hash chat a yes or no. Hash chat. That's right.
I would just throw a yes out there.
That's right.
Yeah,
and you know what? Ajahnis, I feel like if we got... Okay, I'm going to ride your coattails here a little bit. I feel like if we, said to Elon, Mr. Musk indeed, if we said, hey, I've got myself, a really hip and happening gal who knows a space cartographer, I feel like you and I could get in on this. We could go to space. You're going to be in charge of mapping it out. What parts look rough and porous. And I'll just be there, Instagramming about it. Do you think they have a good Wi-Fi connection in space?
I mean, with Starlink, anything's possible. Elon Musk is hooking us up there.
That's right. You would think they would have a really good in-flight, streaming system. Because I don't want to miss any of pretend it's a city. I got to admit, I have to find out what happens. Is it a city or not? I'm not sure. I need to find out the ending.
Fran, let us know.
Can Fran come too? Fran Leibowitz, if you're watching, I feel like she'd want to come to space. Don't you think?
I think she'd go to space and immediately find a reason to complain, which would
she'd
not.
She'd be mad about how many people are already there.
Yeah, it's cold. I don't like it.
It's too cold, not enough gravity. What do you need? If we were going to go to space, Ajahnis, what would you like to take?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot. And one thing that's hard to get in this COVID era is personal space. Which being in a spaceship out there is great for.
Space and space, yes.
Space and space. But I want to bring my personal space up to space. So I'm thinking I would bring my entire bedroom, my bedroom, your whole family
setup.
Home bedroom. Yeah, I would paint the walls blue. Yeah, like
Yes.
I want a space that's going to be able to comfort me for years. And what space has already comforted me for years? Because, these flights can take a long time.
I mean, a long time. You're setting up in space. You're really figuring out how to spread out. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Folks at home, does anyone, Gabby, I know you're in there. Tell me, air for sure. Sean,
That's a good one.
That's right. That's a good one. I'm wondering if Avery Jean, she also needs to bring weighted blanket. Yeah, do you need to bring a weighted blanket to space? Would it stay on? More like weightless blanket. That's right. Because is it...
You got it.
What do I weigh in space? I'm sure someone out there knows anything. If anyone's a friend of Neil deGrasse Tyson, just got a quick couple of questions. That's right. We must protect the space. Absolutely, we must protect the space. Hash chats and protect space. That's right. Adrian, you're so correct. We are trend setting here, all right? You've heard of hashtags, but have you heard of hash chats? That's what's going to be happening when we go to space. Friends of my place and decisions good. Sean, are you having friend Leibowitz over? Have you broken all the rules to have friend Leibowitz over? I mean, truthfully, I would too. Gabby wants to bring her cat. I feel like we could do a whole fashion for cats in space, like little little cat tanks or whatever.
That'd be so cute. I would love
Wouldn't
that.
it? Do you have a pet,
Adorable.
Ajahnis?
No, my partner and I are both famously allergic,
Oh no.
to everything. Cats, dust. I have a fruit allergy. Weirdly
You're
enough.
allergic to fruit.
I feel like I'm just dropping these quirky little nuances in the
Okay.
lead of a...
Folks at home, don't bring any fruit to space. If you bring a cat, just wrap it in something that will keep, that's right, Benny, something that will keep Benny's dander in, because Ajahnis is very allergic. We can't have any outbreaks. We need EpiPens in space. That's what we're finding out we need. Well, speaking of things that we need, I don't know about you, Ajahnis, but I'm needing a little dose of some celebrity inside information. I don't know if there's anyone you're curious about, but I'm thinking it's time to do a little bit of unconfirmed celebrity gossip.
Unconfirmed celebrity gossip.
All right, Ajahnis, who do you want to know about this week? You're new to this game, but here we are. I'm sure you got a burning question about someone.
This is somebody who I've been curious about for a long time, and I'd love
Okay.
to know more.
Yeah, that's right. Let me
Ooh.
know.
It's not me.
Is it
It's not
you?
me.
Ajahnis is, now this is a little known fact about Ajahnis. He's actually studying the environment, and he can identify deep sea cartography. At any depth, he can tell you the degree in which, the terrain, the terroir is measured, as the French say. Was that the celebrity you were thinking of, Ajahnis?
No, but I learned a lot about myself today. So thank you for that.
I'm at your service here. I'm here to serve people.
This is who
right.
I had in mind.
Yes, absolutely. Well, of course, we all know, most people understand. I assume you're talking about Björk, yes? The
Yes.
famous Icelandic celebrity known for her pop albums and for her bold fashion choices. I think we all remember the swan outfit that was very popular. It made a lot of Halloween costumes that year. Trendsetter to the end. Well, little known fact about Björk. Most people think that she's just on the cutting edge of, pop music and being very expressive. In fact, we all get older, we all change our perspectives. And Björk is actually set to record. She's in studio right now, so you'll be happy to know she's coming out with a new joint. All right, and it's all about, children and dental hygiene. So she's very into, as you can see right there, she's modelling the floss that is featured in her first, yes, that's right. So that's for her first single. It's called Floss Boss, and it's a real club banger, if I'm being honest. So really good for young audiences, looking to, develop rhythm, develop a love of electronica and house music. And that's where she talks about basically the dangers of gingivitis. It's a very snappy, Floss Boss, that's right. Look for it on Spotify. It should be coming out soon. Look for it on iTunes if you're still using iTunes. It's going to be definitely a double album. I think she's got a lot to say on the subject of gingivitis and overall dental health. I know, I can't wait to contribute. She's asked me to come and do a little bit of some solo work with her on this one tune that's going to be about headgear. Yeah, so headgear, it's more like a folk song. Think like Joni Mitchell all right, meets Carole King. It's a real folk liberation. It touches on feminism, headgear, and basically like how to keep the jaw in perfect alignment, and puberty, all those things you'd need to have. That's right, headgear featuring Aunt Sheila. That's right, we'll drop it in the chats in the promo on the way out. So if you're looking for something, Ajahnis, did you know that she was so into youth programming?
I didn't. I legitimately didn't know that. That is Bjork news to me, and I love Bjork.
I know.
love that.
I know. Well, she's being very private about this, obviously. Like, I'm just sharing it with the Sheila heads because, of course, the headgear track. I did sign a few NDAs, and I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. So let's hope we'll all just keep this one in the family there. And there you go, Ajahnis. So glad that you asked me about my dear friend Bjork, and that would be it for Unconfirmed Celebrity Gossip.
Unconfirmed celebrity gossip.
All right. Now, I think I learned a thing or two. That's right. Oh, Adrian, thank you. Bringing the swan dress to space. Oh, fashion show in space. And who is Joni Mitchell? No, come on now.
I was born in 97, and Gabby, I'm on board. Sorry.
No, really? Ajahnis, everyone, okay, that's it. We're bringing the swan costume and we're bringing blue. That's right. And Sean, don't tell Fran that Ajahnis doesn't know about Joni Mitchell, or it's going to be a whole thing in space. We're going to bring the Blue album. We're going to cry. We're going to have a big old... Maybe we'll bring some Grey's Anatomy. We'll just really have a double down cry fest. Pretty sure Elon Musk can work that out. I'm excited about our space trip. Someone else that I want to bring on... That's right, the Blue album. That's correct. It's time. I don't want to waste any time. So we got to go ahead. We got to start bringing out our guest on the show. They're fantastic. If you are a fan of theatre here in Toronto and across Montreal, across the fringe scene all over Canada, if you love improvisational comedy, you're going to know our guest. You can see them on Stargaze here Monday at 9, as well as Puppet Chats Tuesdays at 7. They're known for Sex T-Rex, as well as Cardboard Sword Productions. Here we are, the wonderfully creative and fantastic Kaitlin Morrow. Kaitlin!
Hello, Aunt Sheila, how are you?
Kaitlin. I am a changed new woman because you are here. How are you doing? I know.
I'm doing great in spite of it being February. And,
That's right.
Fran is just hanging out with Sean over there. So it's just kind of...
Oh, right, because you all live
awkward.
together.
Yeah.
And it's awkward. Is it? Is it awkward?
It's okay. It is, it's a little awkward because we just have 2 rooms. So now they're just hanging out in the bedroom because I'm occupying the living room. So,
but Fran likes to hold court. I'm sure she'll be okay. Tell her I'll say hi.
Yeah,
she won't remember me. We aggressively bumped into each other once in a lobby, and she told me to move. It was memorable for me. I imagine it was an everyday occurrence for her.
Aggressive encounters.
Aggressive shoulder bumps. That's right. That's what she's known for. Okay, Sean, I'm glad you're good over there. I'm glad it's working out. You entertain Fran, and I got Kaitlin here. Kaitlin, now, for people who are not watching, again, a reason to subscribe to Bad Dog Comedy TV. You need to get these alerts. Monday nights, 9 o'clock, Stargaze. For those who do not know and are not following the saga of the SS relationship, Kaitlin Morrow, can you please give me the lowdown about Stargaze? What's the show about? What can we expect as an audience?
Okay, the show is about queer people in space. Yes. They're all aboard a spaceship. Yes, as you said, the SS relationship. I brought it along right here. This is what it looks like.
All right, because you do a lot of the puppetry that's there on the show. And this is part of the opening credits. Oh, it's so fantastic.
And so yeah, I play the SS relationship and the ship's computer. And it's kind of inspired by like sort of 1950s kind of pulp sci-fi,
yes.
A little pre-Star Trek kind of thing where everything's like round, like there's like the spaceships are kind of like bubbles and the guns kind of have bubbles, and they're sort of, like babes in bikinis and just like full body suits with like
yes, very much that Pulp Fiction look.
Yeah, the sort of pulpy kind of like retro sci-fi, when there was so much hope in the world. You remember?
I mean, vaguely. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
there was a time, but that's a really interesting point. I mean, and I was going to ask you your entry point into sci-fi. Is it from the hopeful quality that sci-fi provides? You know, most of the platform, I think, a lot of the genre is about inclusivity. It's about a hopeful future. You know, what's on the other side of today. Is that was that your entry point for diving into sci-fi?
Yeah, I think like maybe in hindsight, I think I've been a sci-fi fan since I was a little kid. Like I was really into Star Wars. I know that's technically kind of more of a space opera, you know?
Sure. Okay. No one's gonna break it apart here on this show. So you go ahead.
Yeah. Don't come for me, Sheila heads.
No, I will not. That's right, Sheila heads. If people have got bone with, Space Odyssey versus space opera versus, landed space and whatever, sort it out amongst yourselves. But we'd like to know what you like to.
Oh yeah, but I was sort of a really big fan of the original Star Wars. Like it was like my whole entire room was just Star Wars and Rankin Family stuff as a kid. So
what a mix! A little bit of Irish folk gone along with
a Celtic Nova Scotian charm and some
in a galaxy far, far away.
Yoda.
Absolutely, and some Yoda. That feels like a rounded childhood.
Yeah, it's really, if you want to get to know me, that's kind of all you need to know.
Fair. And now you mentioned Yoda and Star Wars. I wonder. I'm making up all stuff in my head, but I want to know: is the Star Wars because you do puppets? Like puppets is something that is part of like your artistic craft, certainly. Yeah. Now you're not just a puppeteer, but it's certainly a thing that I would think is really defining of what you do. Was that inspired in the sort of the Hanson world of Star Wars?
Oh, the Stargaze or just puppets as an entry point
as an entry point for puppets? Yeah, exactly.
Well, my dad.
Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess my dad's a puppeteer, so I was really into puppet. Yeah, from a really young age, and so maybe like I loved Neverending Story and
classic.
So I guess I was kind of drawn to puppets from a really really young age, and Yoda. I mean, Yoda's an incredible puppet. I love Yoda. I don't know. I don't know if that was my entry point into sci-fi. I think honestly, escape and like just this sort of endless possibilities of it. Like I love the first Star Wars because it's just like you just get these like little drops of the world and it's just like, what is this world, and Princess Leia is amazing. There's also that.
Right, of course she is. Do you know, have you ever seen, okay, this is a bit of a sidebar, but have you ever seen the Christmas Wookiee special? I don't know if this is like sacrilege to mention. In the chat, look, if someone can bring it up and share it in the chat, the Christmas special, the Wookiees Christmas special, that was very ill-fated. It's like a variety show. If anyone wants to share that in the chat, please go ahead. Kaitlin, do you have any feelings about it?
I haven't seen it.
I think you should go ahead and take a peek. I don't want to ruin your holiday, but it was considered something that, what's his face was certainly like, I should have been at more of the meetings. I think, I think it was signed off on before they saw the goods and services. Folks at home, it's like the best little life hack. Go take a YouTube turn after you're done with the show. Not now. Don't do it now. That's rude. But give a little turn for looking for the Wookiees Christmas special. Now, going back to, I can't help but pick this up. You said that Yoda is an interesting puppet. I'm curious to know, Kaitlin, in your opinion, because I know you make a lot of your puppets as well, what to you makes for an interesting puppet?
Oh, I mean,
it's okay. Go.
No, I think what makes an interesting puppet, it's really like often, I guess it's how's it, like what's coming through the puppet. I mean, anything can be an interesting puppet. Like, a fork can be an interesting puppet if there's something coming through that like speaks to you, and I think like for me, Yoda, like is this little green grem, and I kind of feel like often I'm this like little weird green grem who kind of should just be in the woods alone, and so I think that there was something about that character. I love Frank Oz. I love the voice, and it's just such an expressive puppet that I fell in love with the character, and it's like Yoda's like a little kind of like the smartest little shit you're ever going to meet, you know? And I don't know. I just like, I loved it. I don't know.
That's great. Make some noise if you feel. That's right. You should. If you should be in the woods alone. Joseph also feels like a little green Graham. We all can't. So are you a big fan of Gremlins? Was that a show was that a movie you enjoyed? When's the last time you watched Gremlins?
Okay, it was in junior high, and we watched it like 3 times a year because it was one of the only VHS. I'm really old, you know. So the sort of the cart with the TV on, you reel it in with a little VHS that's sometimes attached to the TV.
Yes.
And so in our junior high in middle of nowhere, Nova Scotia, one of the only French movies we had was Gremlins. So I've only ever seen it in French, and I've seen it maybe half a dozen times in French.
Are you bilingual, Kate?
Oh God, no.
No. So that's your entry point, not only for puppets and such, but also for French. If anyone's an educator at home and they're thinking about spicing up some French lessons, just go ahead and look for this, boot of Gremlins in French. I feel like it will just shake it up. You'd want to figure out those French words because you want to know what's happening. Why are things exploding out of other creatures and then dying in the microwave? Spoiler alert. Kaitlin, now to speak to the theme of space, because I admit it is a little inspired by Stargaze. You know, I love the show, and I want to know if we were all together on the SS relationship. And okay, speaking of which, I feel like can Sheila come aboard the SS relationship? Is that maybe possible?
So. Oh, of course.
I'm angling here. I'm angling a little bit for maybe a guest star position.
Ooh, a guest star position.
All right, we'll chat afterwards.
We'll chat.
Sheila has put it to a vote. You know, Aunt Sheila and Spice. What do we think?
I think it would be pretty cool to have everyone's favorite aunt in space.
We'll see if we can make it happen. Stay tuned, Bad Dog Community.
We'll talk to our people.
We'll talk to our people. That's right.
Yeah.
You have your people. Talk to my people. We'll people it out. We'll share some sparkling water. We'll figure out what happens. But now, if we were all to go aboard the SS relation, what do you need to go to space? What would
I need to go to space?
Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, I mean probably something to take pictures with.
Yes,
I love space. I'm obsessed with space, like sci-fi space, but also just like real space. You know, I would think that space is really beautiful. So I'd want to like take pictures out there. I'd probably bring like my guitar. I'd probably bring a computer so that I could play Sims, because I think like I just got to scratch that itch sometimes.
You'd be in another world, building another world. I mean, space is not enough of an escape, Kaitlin. Come on.
I need to constantly escape. I'm sorry. It's just,
we can't put you in a world you don't want to escape from. It's all right. You're allowed to be you. Celebrate being you.
Is this real space, or are we talking like imaginary space? Because like,
I don't know the difference, Kaitlin. I admit to you, I really don't know the difference. So it can be anything.
Is this like a space where like we've figured out how to have like gravity on the spaceship and like?
Well, no one wants to do a Sandra Bullock. No one wants to like just dwindle out. So yes, I'm going to say gravity is mandatory.
Right. Gravity's in place.
Keep all the George Clooney's here in there with us. That's right. That's what I'm pivoting for. That's my campaign to Elon Musk. Again, if you're watching, make sure George can come.
Yeah. I don't know. And probably bring my like little bunny that I sleep with, you know. Right. Probably, just like everything that's comforting and stuff to like take in space.
Stuff to take it in and to take in space.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Kaitlin, I want to know more about you. Are you down to play a couple games with us here?
I am always down. Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Okay, folks. Now, before we play some games, just got to shout it out. Remember back in the day when you used to go to a movie and you used to pay someone for the ticket? Just a passive-aggressive hint. Open those wallets and shake it out. We'll take old popcorn stubs, but it'll be harder to send those into Bad Dog Comedy TV. But please do.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It makes you more attractive, too, just generally speaking. People who donate to Bad Dog, I just, in general, find those types of people.
It clears up your skin.
Yep.
It makes you glow.
Exactly.
It's like an elixir. It turns back time right in the places you need it.
Yeah, right.
So, yes.
Makes your hair shiny.
That's
you know,
right. You know,
right.
it gets the roots really where you need them to be. So anyway, it's a helpful hint from myself and from Kaitlin. All right, let's play, if you're down for it, Tinder profile on Maroon 5 lyric.
All right.
Tinder profile on Maroon 5 lyric.
I'm just tickled. That's right, popcorn. Now I know the name is very elusive. It probably evokes a lot of questions you must have about the instructions. So let me go over it here because I know you're new to the show. All right, so I'm going to read out some things to you, and you're going to tell me if the phrase that I read out is a Tinder profile or a Maroon 5 lyric. Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense to me. Yeah.
Now, are you familiar with Maroon 5? Have you been to the newsstand of an airport?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Okay. So you must know the repertoire then by now. All right.
Yeah, I'm just completely well versed. I know every.
Well versed.
I don't. Yeah. Totally.
Okay, so Kaitlin, honestly, because this is a place for honesty, you know, let's be real. How are you
Don't know
feeling?
a single song. Don't know a single Maroon 5 song.
All right. Then chat at home. Kaitlin needs help, okay?
Yes, I do.
Because we can't have anyone going home without a little bit of a win, all right? So we're gonna also let the chat light up, and we can figure out what this is. All right, but let's kick it off. Let's see how you do. Kaitlin, may the force be with you. Let's do this.
Oh, thank you. I need all the force I can get.
All right, first one. All right, can't believe I'm right behind you. Can't believe I'm right behind you. Is that a Tinder profile or is that a Maroon 5 lyric?
That would be a terrifying Tinder profile.
And yet a terrifying lyric.
Yeah. Kind of got some like real creep vibes going on. I don't know much about Maroon 5. Maybe they're kind of a creep band, but I'm gonna go with creepy Tinder profile.
Oh, Kaitlin, no. It is a Maroon 5 lyric.
Oh
No.
Oh gosh.
Okay, but we've got two more tries. No. Look, this will not affect anyone's chances to go to space, all right? If you guessed it wrong at home, terrifying either way. It's so true, Adrian. I feel like that's the fun of the game. Thank you, Gabby. You would have got a point. All right.
Gabby.
All right, Gabby. All right. Okay, maybe we'll do a collective thing. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Okay.
All right,
so
let's do this.
Let's do it. Clear your mind. We're going to do it again. All right. Shoot for the stars. Now, is that a bit of friendly advice from Tinder, or is that possibly a Maroon 5 lyric?
Oh, maybe Maroon 5's more of a like optimistic, inspiring
maybe they
hope
spoke
type
at
of
your.
band?
Maybe they're a valedictorian giving a speech. You know.
Yeah, maybe that's the type of music they go for, the valedictorian type of music.
Yes, popular graduations. What do you think?
Okay, let's go with Shoot for the Stars. Let's go with Maroon 5.
You did it. That's right. It's a Maroon 5 lyric. That's right. And you get a sticker. You get a sticker. Let's see if that can go up. Yeah, no problem. If it doesn't go up, all right. If we're having technical oh, there we go. Sticker. That's right. It's all yours. All right, folks. Here we go. We got one more. Let's send Kaitlin to space with a win here. All right. Okay. Tinder. All right. Thank you, Rob. It's my favourite segment too. I like to play it sometimes all by myself. All right. It feels so good to cut class. It feels so good to cut class. Is that a Tinder profile or is that a Maroon 5 lyric?
Are high school students allowed on Tinder?
I don't know. That's that's a good observation. I mean, I'm sure they are. It's could be a catfish situation. I'm really not sure about that.
It feels so good to cut class. Like,
feels so good to cut class.
Hey, babe. You know what?
Weird flex for a Tinder profile. That's right, Sean. It is a weird flex. Don't you love dating, everyone? Doesn't everyone miss dating? All right, here we go.
Okay. Let's just keep going with this, and let's say Maroon 5.
Oh, Kaitlin, it's a Tinder profile.
This is like 12-year-old.
Oh, Kaitlin, I'm so sorry. I wished it was true.
I'm going to take this one and go home with it, though.
Take this one. That's yours to keep.
Mine.
Is this pulled from your time on Tinder? Yes, it is, unfortunately. Sadly. This is pulled from my time on Tinder. You can understand the misery and why I like Maroon 5 so much. I'm sad that it's like, it feels good to cut class. I don't know that I would want it to be a Maroon 5 lyric, though, to be personally honest. I feel like that's a weird target audience for that. But maybe he's talking about adult education. Maybe if it was I love to cut adult pottery, like if it was sort of like at that local college we all go to, like maybe if it was like...
It reminds me, because I don't know much about Maroon 5, but I was like, maybe they're like Crisscross, kind of, Crisscross had this song
Make You Jump.
Yes, and I Missed the Bus.
Well, they were keeping it real about the things that were going on in their lives. They were jumping and they were missing the bus. So maybe this could have been a cover, in a different lifetime. In the alternate universe of space, Kaitlin, we're going to make this not a Tinder profile, but indeed a song. So I can't wait for that day. But right now, I believe that is the end of Tinder profile on Maroon 5 lyric.
Tinder profile on Maroon 5 lyric.
I mean, I feel like Adrian's watching. I know he does all of our music here on the show. Adrian, I don't know what you think about this. I'd love to cut class. Like, can we make a kind of crisscross homage? Can we make Caitlin's dream come true?
Yeah, Aunt Sheila, can we collaborate and write this song and make it really happen?
See, this is what I'm talking about, people. This is why we have a show. I'm trying to get invited places. Exactly. Collabs. This is what I'm into.
Our first album. That'll be our first album.
We definitely can. Oh, Ajahnis, do we have an air horn to celebrate? That's right. This is the first solid collab on a sofa with Aunt Sheila. Kaitlin, I'm so happy about this.
I'm so happy too.
Don't feel bad about not doing well in the game. Let's be honest. Don't feel bad about that. Because you know what? What you lost a little bit in the game, we've made up for in creative collaboration, and that's what it's all about.
I love it. What's our band name? What do you think?
Oh, what's our band name? Oh my gosh. Should we put it to the chat?
We should. I think that's a really good point. So,
all right, Sheila Heads, your mission. If Kaitlin Morrow and I are going to start a band, which obviously now the internet can't handle it, we've broken it. If you're still watching the show, put in the chat. Let's give it a name. Yes, what is the band called? That's right. Thank you so much, Bad Dog Comedy TV. Start this fire up. And while we're chatting about that, let's keep Kaitlin Morrow on to do a little bit of 10 questions.
Woo!
10 questions.
All right, Kaitlin. Do you watch Inside the Actor Studio? Did you ever watch that?
I haven't, but I've seen it parodied quite a few times. So I kind of like...
Add one more to the list, because now you're inside Aunt Sheila's studio apartment. So here we go. In the spirit of Inside the Actor Studio, we're going to ask you some questions. So it's just rapid fire. Whatever comes to your noggin, let's have it out. Oh, I'm trying to frame myself correctly in the tight shot. I can't figure this out. Let's just keep... Am I there? Am I doing it? Thank you. Love it. Bless your heart. Can't figure out my camera. All right. That's not new. All right. Number 1. What is your favorite condiment?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce. That's right.
Hotter the better.
The hotter the better. Just turn it up. Okay. Question number 2. Get that heat going. What is your least favorite condiment?
Relish.
A lot of people have said relish. To me, I would go one further. I would say tartar sauce.
Oh, I love tartar sauce. Tartar sauce and French fries?
Kaitlin, how can that be? You don't like relish, but you like tartar sauce with French fries. It's mayonnaise and relish, essentially.
Yeah, the mayo just really cuts up that relish.
This is disgusting. I don't like how this has gone. All right, question number 3. What excites you?
Oh, what excites me? I think there's lots of things that excite me, like other than all the things that I nerd really hard about.
Yes.
I'm gonna just say like jamming with friends. So what we were talking about earlier, starting a band. That's
right. That's happening, by the way. Yes. All right.
I love like I'm from the East Coast, and we just like used to just sit around and jam all the time. And since I moved to Ontario, I'm the weirdo when I try to do that. Ontario people, let's jam.
That's right. That's right. The co-collabs were all about that on With Aunt Sheila. Obviously, I'm a co-collab mind myself. All right. Question number 4. Okay. What do you think excites others?
Oh, great question. Like I said, I should be like a little Green Graham in the woods alone, so like other people are kind of a mystery sometimes. People
want to
really
do that
like,
with you though too. You've heard today.
yeah,
on the
that's,
show.
we can all be like little hermits and like
Yeah,
have
but
our like
nobody's going
little
to talk to each other.
yeah, we just kind of occasionally just scurry past each other. It's other people seem to love like bright lights and crowds and loud noises. You know, and I really respect that, but it scares me.
That's all right. We don't have to understand others. We're learning that from Fran Leibowitz. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Fran.
Thank you,
if you can hear
Fran.
whatever. Question number 5. At a wedding, do you order chicken or fish? Chicken or
I'm
fish?
vegetarian.
Oh, so neither.
Neither.
So you're just settling with the mushroom risotto and we'll have nothing more about it.
Just eat all the carrots.
Just eat all the carrots. All right. So in the chat last week, we had people fire up with team fish. We had people fire up with team chicken. Here we want to know, is there a mushroom risotto option? So that's maybe fun. Right. Question number 6. At a buffet, what do you go back for? What do you go back for?
Anything with cheese, usually. Like really, really big cheese fan, you know, liking cheese. That's not very specific. Pie?
Cheese and pie. I like it. Put it together. Delicious, actually.
Cheese pie? Oh, those like Chicago deep dish pizzas. That's like the sweet spot.
Well, that's just sin, and I love it. Okay. Question number 7. What is your favorite stand-in for a curse word?
Yeah, I mean, I swear like a sailor who swears a lot. So
they're known for such a clean mouth, Kaitlin. That was a weird reference. Go on. Yes.
It's just, I think I'm gonna go with Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes.
Such a good name, like Frakes. You know,
Frakes.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, folks at home, no more of whatever you used to do. Freaks is what we're going to do. It's pretty satisfying. It's pretty satisfying.
Yeah. And it's my least favorite character on Star Trek. Like the actor that plays my least favorite character on Star Trek. So it's just like,
Oh, even
Jonathan
better.
Frakes. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, Freaks.
Yeah.
Frakes, I'm sorry if you're watching.
Sorry if you're watching. Oh.
Sorry if you're watching.
But seriously though, dude, I'm sure you're a nice guy. It's just your character is just like kind of a womanizer.
Womanizer, hey, no more of that. Okay, question number 8. In a hotel room, do you leave a tip for the cleaning staff? Be honest, Kaitlin.
Oh, yeah.
Do you leave a tip?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I sure do. I toured for 6 years. I didn't know at first. I didn't know at first. I had no idea. And then someone told me and I was mortified. And ever since then, I've been tipping. Yeah.
You've been yoded into that system of tipping.
Yes. Shown the wisdom. I've shown the way.
Yeah. Oh, very good. I know they're appreciative. Because one of my very first jobs actually in Melbourne was cleaning motel rooms. And I can tell you quite honestly, I used to think I used to love it because this is not supposed to be about me, but I just thought I'd share a story.
Please.
I would go in and I'd look for drama everywhere. I was positive. I was like CSI affairs investigation. I was positive that I was going to be, uprooting like extramarital engagements. Someone was going to be like the Americans, like a spy, sleeper, Russian agent, and I'd find out the clues. Quite frankly, most of the time it was used dental floss, a little bit of blood on it, and hairs, just a lot of pubic hairs. So not a lot to take out of that, unless you had some sort of kit. But so yes, leave a tip. In all, it's not that much of an imaginative job. I've been there, done that.
I can't believe that's such a tough job, and good on you for doing that. That's
dreams come true. You can then go off to have your own internet sensation runaway program here on Bad Dog Comedy TV. So humble beginnings.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Question number 9. What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt? What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Maybe carpentry?
Solid. That seems good. Feels like a very transferable skill. You could kind of go anywhere with it.
Yeah, carpentry or like city planning, maybe.
You just do it all. You plan the city.
I wouldn't be good at it, but yeah, exactly. City planning.
You're like, we're going to experiment with shapes. What was that?
First,
a trowel?
I get my saw going.
There was a saw.
Just hand build an entire city.
Kaitlin, have you ever built anything? This feels like your trowel and your saw look very similar. I was just wondering.
Have I ever built anything?
Yes.
You mean other than puppets?
Well, yes, obviously, other than the puppets. Have you made anything?
I very briefly had a gig where I was helping build sets for commercials.
Oh, very nice. How many? Okay. How many sets did you have to make for like yogurt commercials? I feel like they're all set in apartments. I feel like a jaunty tampon commercial and a yogurt commercial could be.
Yeah.
You could use the same set for both.
You probably could.
Happily living their lives with like the deliverable of probiotics.
Just put over some like jaunty tune with like a whistle, the ding ding ding. And then you just get yourself a modern commercial.
I feel like they're always like directing traffic. It's like suddenly Playtex is like very targeting women who use tampons and also direct traffic. Like she couldn't before, but now she's letting them right through. Don't worry, children. I've got my Playtex in and I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, nothing like that kind of feeling.
It's right. It makes you confident for the day. Is what
really.
We should get some money from Playtex at this point. All right. Question number 10. When you stand at the pearly gates of heaven, what would you not want to hear God say?
Oh, God. I don't know. Either, hey, like, haha, I do exist, or no gays.
Or, yes. Well, both are very dark in a way, aren't they? Both are very dark. Yeah, certainly.
According to a lot of people, that's not what God wants, so...
None of that in the Sheila heads, it's for sure. None of that in the Sheila heads community.
Exactly.
So I believe the chances are all good. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Kaitlin. We've all gotten to know you better on 10 questions.
10 questions.
Now, I want to check in on the band name. Has anyone figured that out? Because, if you can tell, continuing education, that's actually a fantastic... Ant Spaceheads. Like it.
I like it.
One, can I be in it too? Band name. Australians.
Australians.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that's so clever.
Yes, second vote together. Yeah, Australians. That's perfect. Absolutely. I mean, there's no reason why this can't be like a massive sort of orchestral. If you can play an instrument. If you want to be part of like the chorus, like there's no reason that it has to be a Mumford's kind of a joint. That's right. We can just branch out. Yes, we'll make it like a We Are the World. Everybody in.
Yeah, I agree. There's lots of room for instruments. Just bring your favorite. Like if you don't play, I'm sure you could bring some sticks. We'll have like
just a good clap. A little off before. Just a good shoulder popping dance moves. I'll take that.
We like some like hype people. We could definitely use.
We always need a hype man. That's right. If anyone out there is good at being a hype person, get in on that. That would be fantastic, right? And are you team fish or team chicken? That's obviously going to be a team mushroom, right? I feel like that's going to be you don't even like mushrooms?
No, I'm like a vegetarian who doesn't like mushrooms.
Well, it's really hard because most of the time when you're a vegetarian, you just have to sort of suck it up because that's all they have is mushrooms for the vegetarians. So we're going to need some sort of like advocacy song, I think, for those who do not qualify. Not just because you're a vegetarian doesn't mean you have to like mushrooms. We really need some content. That's right. Yeah. Team cheese.
Team cheese, yeah. Yep. We can write a whole song about it even, like the options for vegetarians. It could be the like B-side.
It could sort of be like an Adam Sandler sort of, version. It's just like, here are all the many options that vegetarians could have at a wedding. I feel like we're starting to jam it out. People, you're all part of it. That's right, Team Free Britney. Oh, goodness, the documentary does not look flattering. Need more yogurt, tampon commercials and space for sure. Certainly. Look, we've got a whole entertainment system going off here. So this is really exciting for us. And yes, Joseph Zeta, you may always play the triangle. That's right. I think there's always room for more triangle. Now, Kaitlin, before we go, there's this one last little section of the show that I love doing, and I almost forgot to do it last week, to my shame. But I like to call it, it's sort of become the dirty quarter. So this is our dirty quarter. It's the last little quarter of the show. It's disgusting. This is how people get sick. Sorry.
What happened to that quarter?
I don't know. The things it has seen. People in the chat. Again, if anyone wants to write fan fiction on the show, the journey of the dirty quarter might be something to just, sound off on, launch off on. I'd follow that blog. So I don't know.
Put a cigarette out on it.
That's right. It is not clean. That is right. It is definitely not clean. And I've sort of come to love it. Dirty Quarter fan fiction. We're going to be a publishing house. This is going to be everything, you know.
We're starting
It's
an
like,
enterprise, an
move
entertainment
over Hulu, move over Amazon. We're going to bring you all kinds of content. This is your one-stop shop.
Right, and just wrote a whole tampon commercial, so...
That's right. We did all your work for you. We can bring, from beginning to end of your entertainment spectrum, we've got you covered. So here we go with the Dirty Quarter.
Okay.
All right, Dirty Quarter. And this, we're going to flip it. Heads, you get to ask me one question, because I feel like we've known you, and we don't really know me too much. And then tails, you get to ask, or, you know, if it's heads or if it's tails. Tails will be Ajahnis as our special guest tech. Ajahnis, you down? Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. So heads, it's me. Tails is Ajahnis. All right, here we go. And we've got tails. Tails it is.
Right.
Ajahnis, are you ready to be asked a question?
Yeah, ask me anything.
All right. Go ahead, Kaitlin.
Right. Okay, that's it. I don't have anything prepared for Ajahnis in terms of questions.
That's okay.
So,
It could be philosophical. We know he's a cartographer.
true. I was going to
skills.
ask Ajahnis, do you like, and if so, what's your favorite and why dinosaur?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, so many dinosaurs are so great. This is the one I have. I don't know if it's my favorite dinosaur, but it's the dinosaur on my mind. So you know what? It's taking up my headspace. It's my favorite. Mine is the Psittacosaurus because scientists recently found the best preserved dinosaur butthole with a Psittacosaurus butt like 2 weeks ago. Never been done before.
I need to know, sorry, follow-up question. I feel like I'm vetoed. I'm allowed to ask a follow-up. How does the butthole get preserved over time? Because that's a muscle, that's musculature. Would it be the indent? Sorry, I'm dying to know.
Is it like is their butthole a bone?
Sounds like if you like dinosaur buttholes, we need to know.
It's just a tube of bone.
Yeah, I didn't expect.
Calcified over time.
It's just dried up.
We're learning that you do not disappoint. That is certainly.
I am
and
a
Sean
deep well.
agreed. I feel like wherever this quarter came from, it could have been similar to something like a dinosaur butthole. So there we go. That is the show. Thank you so much. Kaitlin Morrow, you're so fantastic. This is where we can find you on the social medias. Is that true? And we can find Sex T-Rex as well there. That's your company as well, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Folks at home, Monday nights, you got Stargaze at 9, okay? And then set an alarm because Tuesday nights, you've got Puppet Chats at 7 p.m. And that's all going to be Kaitlin Morrow material right there. Kaitlin, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. I loved it. Thank you, Sheila Head. You're all hilarious and awesome.
Amazing. Well, goodbye, Kaitlin.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, goodness. I mean, wow. Buttholes has got me tired out. Can anyone relate? So I've got, I too, Joseph Zita, I have so many questions. But I've got to go ponder those on my own. We all have to take our own space, our own time now. So I'm just going to be laughing my way to a glass of wine. So it's time to get out of here. But now, look, we got some people to thank before we go. Of course, Bad Dog Comedy TV. Look, where else are you going to hear about dinosaur buttholes? I'm going to ride this to the end of time. If you haven't made a donation or considered giving us like a little bit of dineros for such a good ticket to such a great show, please go ahead and pop that in. And if you hit the with Aunt Sheila, they let me know that you all are so generous. And then that's when I start handing out personalised birthday cards. Find out more about it. We got to give special thanks, of course. Ajahnis, thank you so much for being on the show today. A special guest tech. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You've gotten to share so much. I'm so happy.
I feel like I know you intimately. I know you very well. We've shared some good time together. Thank you so much. You've made this a very, very memorable show. Ajahnis, where can we find you and follow you if we have follow-up questions about dinosaur buttholes?
Of course, get all of your dinosaur butthole knowledge at Ajahnis Charley, Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested, I have co-created Canada's first all-black sketch ensemble called the Entitled Black Sketch Project, which you can find at this hashtag everywhere you look.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to start following that because we need to take a peek when that comes out. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ajahnis. And you know what? If you want to find Ajahnis's High Tea that is still here on Bad Dog Comedy TV, you can look in the archives and you can find High Tea, hilarious show that Ajahnis made. So that's fantastic. Got to give special props out to Avery Jean Brennan, producer extraordinaire. You've been hearing original music. That's right. Thank you, Avery Jean. You've been hearing original music from Dora award-winning sound designer Adrian Shepard-Gowinski. Of course, we can always thank Adam Lazarus as our special friend to the show. And a big, big thank you once again to Kaitlin Morrow. Thank you for spending time with us. Thanks for the distraction, pulling away from friend Leibowitz to spend some time today with us. If you want to follow another interesting artist, I know nothing about dinosaur buttholes. Please don't fill my DMs with that. But, if we want to laugh about it, I'm always down to laugh. So if you want to follow an interesting artist in town, maybe you want to check out this person. Oh, who could she be? Who could she be? She's definitely someone who returns your messages. All right, well, gosh, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And like my dad always said, take that filthy language out of here. So it's time for me to go. Okay, bye-bye.